Heya, cryptozens. Tonight's show. Chicago Board Options Exchange acquires ErisX. California focuses on crypto. France okays Binance's registration. NFTs document Shanghai Lockdown. It's 10 p.m. Pacific time. The date is May 4th, 2022. May the 4th be with you, and welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm your host, Nick. The cover model for this podcast is Tex, and together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. We're here to bring you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. So, another sign of the big boys capitulating. Can't deny crypto's the future. CBOE is short for Chicago Board Options Exchange. They are the largest U.S. options exchange. They have options on over 2,200 companies, 22 stock indices, and 140 exchange-traded funds. So the CBOE Global Markers, which is the parent of the exchange, they purchased Eris Digital Holdings, or ErisX. ErisX is a U.S.-based spot market. They also have a regulated futures exchange and clearinghouse. And their name is going to be changed to CBOE Digital. They're going to function as a subsidiary under the leadership of Eris CEO Thomas Chippis. Chippis said, quote, "We get to find crossover opportunities and product development opportunities to grow the existing CBOE customer base, but we have complete freedom to continue new digital asset products over here at ErisX." So what that means is CBOE Digital, or ErisX, is going to give them access to their spot and derivative markets, as well as their clearing and settling services. Now, as far as next steps, ErisX Chief Operating Officer Matt Trudeau said their highest priority is adding margin capability to its clearinghouse. They also have an application pending with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, to offer margin crypto futures that are both physically settled and cash settled. Now, the market is pretty unsettled itself today. There was a big spike around Powell's announcement, and since then, things are kind of choppy. Let's take a look at the numbers. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.81 trillion. That's up a fair amount from the $1.71 trillion yesterday. It's up 5.19% in 24. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 4.66%, Ethereum up 5.6%, Tether, Binance Coin up 1.76%, and USDC. Now, NFTs, they're looking quite a bit better. The global NFT market cap is up over 10.55 billion. That's up a bit from 10.53 billion yesterday. Sales volume is down 7.48% in 24. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Other Deed, followed by Bored Apes, Murakami Flowers, Mutant Apes, and Win NFT Horse. Now, keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. California focuses on crypto. It would appear that Democrat Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, is interested in helping cryptocurrency businesses thrive in his state. And it is with that in mind that he signed a new executive order. Executive Order N-9-22 promotes blockchain development in the Golden State. So the intent behind this executive order is to promote responsible cryptocurrency technology development and to ensure customers and consumers are taken care of. Additionally, it's trying to create a stable atmosphere. You know how much we talk about the need for stability here. It is with that need for stability in mind, that they're trying to align the state's laws and regulations to match up with the federal government. Remember that executive order President Biden signed a while back about crypto and stablecoins? This is coming from that. Another thing it's going to do is take a look at how the state and public institutions can use blockchain technology. Governor Newsom was talking about California when he said, quote, "California is a global hub of innovation, and we're setting up the state for success with this emerging technology, spurring responsible innovation, protecting customers, and leveraging this technology for the public good. On the other hand, he acknowledged the government's failings. He said, quote, "Government often lags behind technological advancements." The basic theme for this executive order is, quote, "for consumers and business to thrive." Dee Myers is one of the governor's senior advisors and is the director of the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. In a statement to CNBC, she said a quarter of the American blockchain businesses are located in California. Given that's where Silicon Valley is, I would think that number would actually be higher. She also said that this order helps those companies stay in California through an environment of responsible regulations. And these themes match up with those in the executive order signed by Joe Biden earlier this year, those themes of promoting innovation and protecting customers. So, some of the details. The California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development is going to be working with the Business Consumer Services and Housing Agency and the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, or DFPI. Now, they're supposed to get feedback from stakeholders. Once that's done, the DFPI is going to create a regulatory framework around cryptocurrency for the state. The DFPI has 30 days to get public comments on crypto regulations. While that's happening, the Governor's Council for Post-Secondary Education will have the job of identifying new opportunities for research and workplace pipelines. I didn't know until I started prepping for this story, but Gavin Newsom is something of a pro-cryptocurrency governor. He's been pro-crypto before he was elected. I'm not saying he's crazy pro-crypto. I mean, he's not Max Kaiser with a governorship, but he's certainly not against cryptocurrency by any means. In 2014, Newsom was one of the first American politicians to take Bitcoin donations to his campaign. He had something of a challenge going with now Governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, to get him to also collect campaign contributions in Bitcoin. In 2020, Newsom signed a law into existence that is very similar to today's executive order. That law renamed one of the state's agencies. It changed the California Department of Business Oversight and gave them enforcement powers designed to protect Californians. Changed it to the Office of Financial Protection and Innovation, gave them powers to create cryptocurrency regulations. So it's not like he's trying to regulate cryptocurrency into the ground. I do hope that he's sincere in his willingness to bring about reasonable, growth-oriented regulation. France okays Binance's registration. It's a big day for Binance. They can now not only custody digital assets like cryptocurrency and NFTs, but they can also do what they're known for, run a trading platform. First registration they've got in Europe. The Autorité des Marchés Financiers, or AMF, is France's capital market regulator. They put out a release concerning Binance, and it said Binance has been registered as a digital asset service provider in France. And it's that registration that gives them permission to custody the digital assets of other people. That would be doing things like storing crypto or NFTs on their platform or exchange. They are now permitted to facilitate the purchase, sale, and exchange of digital assets. And finally, they're allowed to operate a trading platform for them. So this is another jurisdiction that Binance has put their stamp on. Just last month, Binance got provisional approval to operate as a broker-dealer in virtual assets in Abu Dhabi. One of the stumbling blocks Binance has had to face in the past is their decentralized nature. They don't have a single central headquarters, and that makes regulatory bodies a bit nervous. They see it as lacking accountability. Just last year, a whole string of regulators warned Binance that they would not be welcome to operate in their jurisdictions. And so, in March and April alone, they got authorization to work in Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, and now France. Binance's founder, CZ, said, quote, "When we first started, we wanted to embrace the decentralized philosophy of no offices, no headquarters, no corporate entities. And as soon as you want to get licenses, you have to have the traditional structures, which we do now." I'm sure it didn't hurt that Binance has sunk over 100 million euros in its French operation. That was their Objective Moon campaign to develop France's blockchain and crypto ecosystem. During Paris Blockchain Week summit last April, CZ said France has, quote, one of the most progressive and open-minded governments that could help in developing pro-crypto regulations. They even have a partnership with the Paris-based startup incubator Station F. I say that because Binance has offices in the UK, but their Financial Conduct Authority still hasn't signed up on Binance yet. According to the AMF, getting registered with them requires some investigation to ensure, quote, good repute and competence of the managers and beneficial owners. They're also keenly interested in getting compliance with regulations on anti-money laundering and denying finances to terrorists. Binance France's general manager, David Prince, called getting the AMF registration is, quote, a real stamp of quality. He also said, quote, the perception is changing. It allows us to move to a new phase, which is educating the French public to the blockchain. Prince said, Binance France is working to secure permission to open a regional headquarters in France. He said they're also going for registration in Switzerland, Sweden, Spain, Netherlands, Portugal, and Austria. CZ said, quote, the French DASP and AML CFT regulations put in place stringent anti-money laundering and fit and proper requirements to meet the high standards necessary to be regulated in France. NFTs document Shanghai Lockdown. 25 million residents. For the last month, 25 million residents of the city of Shanghai have been locked in their homes. What started out as just the latest COVID outbreak became the worst infection zone since the start of the pandemic. In one day, on March 27th, officials reported 2,500 new cases, and in response, the government cordoned off their eastern sector. So it was on April 3rd, as the virus swept through Shanghai, China locked their citizens in their homes for weeks at a time. They shut down the whole city, from soup to nuts. So, not only was there a spike in this infection rate, Chinese forces were literally patrolling the streets. They're keeping people from leaving their homes for even the most basic of needs, getting food, finding medical treatment. The people are well beyond frustrated. As they can't leave their house, they're taking to the internet for companionship and just to vent. But the Chinese government is the Chinese government. They're not having it. Chinese censors have been busy doing everything they can to make sure that the truth doesn't get out. They don't want the internet to see the scenes of confinement in Shanghai. But the blockchain is immutable. Censors and governments be damned. And that is why people have been minting these scenes and moments into NFTs and ensuring these experiences aren't erased as if they never happened. Last month, April 22nd, a video came out. It's called Voices of April, and it's available on YouTube. This video has voiceovers from the residents of Shanghai from during the lockdown. Now, not long after it became available on YouTube, someone minted it and listed it on OpenSea. An unnamed Shanghai-based programmer told Reuters this video, the one that the Chinese government tried and failed to erase, is a part of a people's rebellion. From that one video a couple of weeks ago, over 2,300 NFTs related to this video can be found on OpenSea. In addition, hundreds more NFTs have appeared. This is including more voiceover videos, some of which claim to come from inside the isolation camps. Digital artists are also working to depict life during the lockdown. Even things like making maps showing the current spread of COVID through Shanghai are markers in time. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed tonight's show, like, comment, subscribe. Give us a review. Do you have questions or comments? Reach out and let us know. Our email address is nick@cryptoovernighter.com. That's nick@cryptoovernighter.com. And check out my other podcast, Crypto in 5 Minutes, We have 41 educational podcasts, 5 minutes to explain one concept in crypto. And as always, may peace